Hi guys, welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. My name is Vic and welcome to the live women's 4x7.5 kilometer cross country relay. I'll put that a little bit softer there. And this is going to be a cracker because you know what? I love this sport. Yes, of course, the Swedish ladies, I can see it in the chat already, one of you. Swedish, Arriva, yeah, the Swedish ladies are top. Can't count out the Germans, Norwegians will be there. Never know what the Finns are going to do. Maybe my Swiss could be in the medal hunt. Of course, the United States there with Jessie Diggins, always a challenger. Outside chance, maybe for Italy. Otherwise, I can't see the winner coming from anybody else. So let me just show you the starting list quickly. Before it starts, I'll get into each of the teams once they're on the course. We've got a lot of time because it takes a while. So let's have a look. That is the starting list. Obviously they all start at the same time, but just to orientate you on the bib numbers and stuff, Sweden's got bib 1, Norway 2, Germany 3, Finland 4, Swiss still in 5, United States 6, Italy 7, Czech Republic 8, Canada 9, and Estonia 10. That is also the world ranking at the moment. Then it goes on, there's not just those teams. Australia's got a team out there, Kazakhstan, the People's Republic of China, Ukraine, Latvia, Poland, France, Austria, and Slovenia. So all those teams have got a relay team out there. So we've got 19 relay teams out there. Realistically, I think eight teams are fighting for the medal, all the way down to the Czech Republic. They are fighting for the medals. And very realistically, I think everybody else is fighting for silver. I don't think the Swedes can lose. I mean, they've got Lynn Svan, they've got Ebba Andersson, they've got Dahlqvist in there, they've got, I don't know who else. Well, I can check, yeah, there you go. That's why I've got this little page there. Obviously, Lynn Svan, Ebba Andersson, Frida Karlsson. I mean, Svan has won gold medal already, Andersson's won gold medal, Karlsson has won a gold medal, and they got Jonas Sindling. I mean, let's be honest, in the combined World Cup at the moment, I think these four Swedish ladies are in the top 5. So yeah, it doesn't look like they are not going to win the gold medal. Let's be honest. Let me just give you a rundown of the Norwegian team there quickly. There you go. Let's collapse the Swedish team. For the Norwegians, it is Augustin Fones Kristen. Astrid Slind is then there, Caroline Simpson Larsen, and Heidi Weng. For the Norwegians, your German quartet is Laura Gimler, Katrin Hennig Dotzler, Helen Hoffmann, and Pia Fink. And who we got for the Finns? I've got Johanna Mintola, Kirto Niskanen, Vilma Reiti, and Yasmin Yonsu. Look, let's get to the Swiss as well. We got Anja Weber, Nadia Kerlin, Marina Kerlin, and Nadia Fendrich. So quite a good team there. Kerlin did really well in the singles. Then Fendrich more a sprinter. And then let's just take the US team as well there, because obviously they got Julia Kern, Rosie Brennan, Novi McCabe, and Jessie Diggins. Novi McCabe may be the weakest of the three. Don't forget, the first 2 legs are classic. The second 2 legs are done in the freestyle. If you don't know what that is, classic is when you're doing this all the time and you're only allowed to move your skis like that. And I can't take it now, Dean, I'm live. If you're doing the freestyle, obviously it's that V-shaped skiing. So that is it. Let me take the start list away quickly. So it's about to get underway. Look, I can see the Swedes pulling away early in this one. But you never know. You do never know what's going on. Look, you can lose a stick, you can fall something there. So it is Lynn Svan going off first for the Swedes. And here we go, we're underway. So we've got plenty of time to talk because at the beginning, not that interesting until we get to about the first 5 kilometers for the woman. So we've got plenty of time to get into all the teams. We'll see. I just think the Swedes will just put the hammer down here and kind of make it clear from the beginning who's going to win. But it is Lins Van there to take the first leg for the Swedes. And look, what will the time be around for about 7.5 kilometers? They do about 1,000 meters. They do about 1,000 meters in about 3.5 minutes maybe. So around about half an hour to 25 minutes to half an hour per leg is what I'm thinking at the moment. Always depends on the snow conditionings. Are they icy or not? We'll see. 17 votes in, 59% going with the Swedes. Don't forget, after this, and I hope I can get that. I hope they finish in 1.5 hours, to be honest, because after this there will be the men's giant slalom. The first run is in the books. Lucas Pinheiro Bratman of Brazil is leading ahead of Marco Odermatt of Switzerland, Luke Mayer of Switzerland, Thomas Trumler of Switzerland. So yeah, big time differences in that one. Other favorites like Henrik Kristoffersen, almost 2 seconds off. The best Austrian is 2 seconds off. Atle Lee McGrath, 2 seconds off. Yeah, crazy. That first run was crazy, the way they split the times and all that. But hey, it is what it is, as they say. Huh? So, look. The Swedes have got this one under control. We know that. We know the Swedes have got this race under control. It's all about who comes second here, unless the Swedish ladies, I don't know, all of a sudden they have a problem, somebody doesn't feel well. But otherwise, I cannot see the Swedish ladies not winning. Those medals are going to be interesting. Normally, it's Norway should come second. I would, but say be careful from Germany, Finland, and Switzerland and the United States. I think those 5 are vying definitely for the silver medal spot, and then we'll see who gets the bronze. Don't think Italy will be up there. Czech Republic, Canada, Estonia, Australia. Nah, can't see them medaling. But you never know, hey? Look, if you're in it, you can win it, as I always say, and they're all in it. 19 teams at the moment. The bib numbers. Oh, and then we have a few people falling already early. Latvians, Canadians going down. The Swede almost went down. I think she actually started the chain reaction. See, that's exactly what I mean. So it is actually Lins Van. They look. She almost falls, and then at the back, one falls, and then it's a chain reaction. You just can't get away from it. So look, that is a tricky downhill section there, and I think that will not be the last fall we see there. Yeah, you don't want to lose contact to the group in the first 4.7 kilometers. So what we got? 3 minutes and 40. So I want to see the split time so I can kind of figure out about that second run from the men's giant slalom. Look, don't have to start at the men's giant slalom. Most important thing is we get there before the 10th the last 10 athletes are in. That's going to be important. Otherwise, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're enjoying the Olympics. Hope you enjoyed the rugby this morning. If you did join us for that, I can't take your phone call right now. I got to just quickly write to Dean message. I am live on YouTube. There you go. Send a message to Dean. Just that he knows that I'm not ghosting him or anything like that. I don't do that to people. Here we go. A little bit of a selection already. So about 2 kilometers are done in 4.5 minutes. So 8, 12, 15 minutes. 15 minutes for the 7.5 kilometers. That gives us about an hour. Yeah, that would work quite nicely. That would work actually quite nicely before the men's giant slalom second run. Then let me tell you what's coming up afterwards. We've got speed skating. I'm doing that. Vern's doing England against Scotland in the Calcutta Cup. And then in the evening, he is doing the speed, I think it's the short track, and I'm doing the roundup of the Olympic day today. Then tomorrow's a little bit quieter tomorrow. No rugby tomorrow that we're going to be doing. So, yeah. So it did take them 5 minutes to get to one. Yeah, it's going to take them about 15, let's say 20 minutes a lap. So we're looking at an hour and 20 minutes. That would just be nice. Kind of finish there at about 20 past 1. Gets it in. The Lynn Swan ahead of Fosness. The Canadian McKee, the Czech. Yeah, at the moment it's not that important. As long as you're in the main group, doesn't matter what your position is. Australia, Kazakhstan, Latvia off the pace after all of them falling early on that first. So somebody is already giving up, it looks like it. I think it's the girl from China. I think she's injured. So she's trying to get, that's a long way to go to get to your partner. I can't see her finishing the race here. Yeah, they come to the next quick downhill section. Oof. So, yeah, not a good start for the Chinese here. Or as Donald would say, China, huh? Yeah, I can't see, this can't be China. I think it was the Ukraine that was in trouble there. Don't know. We'll see. They'll give us some more information in a few minutes. But it's Lynn Swan. I mean, look, no one's going to take the lead. They're going to make the Swedes do all the work in the front. And rightly so, because the Swedes are so dominant. No nation's going to say, look, let me take the lead. I'll give you some wind drafting. No. But I also think if Lynn Swan sees no one's going to help her, she's just going to put the pedal to the metal and say, adios, amigos. Yeah, she's already got a little bit of a lead there. Fosness, the Norwegian, is probably the only one that can really realistically stick with her. Maybe Julia Kern of the United States. But looks like they got quite nice weather. It's not snowing, it's not windy. It is a little bit overcast, which is good for the snow. But we'll see. Don't forget, check out all our updates every day at around about 12 o'clock in the evening. Between 11 and 12 in the evening, we do bring you an Olympic update, which I find always interesting. I do them, so I would find them interesting. But I just find it's a nice way to catch up on what happened to the Olympics during the day. Yeah, there we go. Quickly just do that. There you go. So there's still a big group of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 athletes are still together, and 7 teams have dropped off a little bit. You're not the only one, man. You're not the only one. I've never tried cross-country skiing, I'll be honest. Obviously, I've tried alpine skiing. I used to ski. Big skiing. No, wait. Let's put it in right proportions here. As a kid, I used to go skiing and stuff. I enjoyed skiing. I'd like to pick it up again. But when I was doing professional basketball, you had it in your contract, you're not allowed to ski. Because obviously, the risk of injury is big, you know. You weren't allowed to ski, you weren't allowed to go skydiving, you weren't allowed to ride a motorbike. So yeah, that kind of, so from the age of like around about 21 till the age of 38, couldn't go skiing anymore, wasn't allowed to do that. So you kind of, fall out. You fall out with it. You don't do it anymore. I'd like to pick it up again, go on a winter vacation. But I'll be honest with you. If somebody says to me, Vic, go a week on skiing holiday or go a week to Bora Bora or the Seychelles or Mauritius or Fiji, I'm putting the oil on and I'm lying in the sun, my friends. No, that's not long. Listen here. The last race of the Olympics, the women have to do 30 kilometers and the men have to do 50. So yeah, there you go. So that's long. It's about a 25-minute ski for these ladies, which is not a lot. So the Swiss have taken the lead here. Why are we taking the lead? Let the Swedish girl work, man. Why are we taking the lead and giving her? They are the most dominant team in the world. Okay, or maybe the Swiss girl just wants to control the pace of the skier. We're at about 3.7 kilometers in here already after 10 of. So 3.7 kilometers was 9:44. So we're looking at about 19 minutes, 20 minutes for the first leg. It is the classic style, which is a little bit slower. The first two legs are done in the classic skiing. The second two legs are done in the freestyle skiing. Like I explained before, the best way I can explain it, classic skiing is when your skis are always parallel like this and your hands are doing this the whole time. That doesn't look good. and the freestyle is obviously when you the skating technique. That's the best way to put it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to wear some skis and show you how it's done once, and then everybody's going to laugh their arse off. But still a nice group of 12 here at the beginning of the race. Now the Norwegian has taken the lead with the Swede and the Swiss. Sweden, Switzerland and Norway up front there. Italians doing well as well. Up in the top group there with France and Austria. So let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 10, 12 people still in the main group. That'll get whittled down the further that the race goes. Don't you worry about a thing there. Jasmine, do you ski, man? Any form? Or you're a winter sport? You go sledding? I do. I've been sledding in the last few years with my wife. We go sledding. It's always a lot of fun. It's for the old. Sledding's more for the older people. It's relaxing, you know. The best part about a skiing holiday is hitting the restaurants, you know, having a nice cheese fondue. I'll get to that later. Now, you know, going into the mountains, sitting in a nice chalet restaurant, having a nice good cheese fondue there with your friends, a nice cup of tea, maybe a little schnapps next to it. Yeah, that's the life, man. It's snowing outside. You've got the fireplace in the restaurant going. That's the life, man. My basketball days. No, never skied. Have been to the snow as a child, but not much snow here in New Zealand. New Zealand, of course, don't you have snow-capped mountains in New Zealand? It depends if you're in the north, in the south, I guess. No. Here we go. So the Norwegian is now, the Finn has taken the lead here. You know, just to, and then Lynn Svan says, no, let me take the lead again, controlling the pace of the race. I think 7 skiing nations are already gone. I think Latvia's gone already, China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Australia, Poland. I think they're all gone. No chances anymore. Queenstown is the ski capital of New Zealand. Okay. I couldn't tell you what the ski capital of Switzerland, because, I mean, there's so many. St. Moritz, Zermatt, Grindelwald, Adelboden. Oh, jeez, they've got so many good pieces here in Switzerland. Unbelievable. Wengen, Lenzerheide. I mean, from my place here, the closest place to skiing would be about 15 minutes away. Go skiing here 15 minutes away. But I also just like it when it's cold, it's snowing. Just go for a nice walk and then hit a restaurant for a good meal. You know, somewhere in the mountains and stuff like that. That's kind of I'm more après-ski than ski, huh? There you go. So, Swedes still out in front here. And that were coming up to the next time check here. And then I'll get to tell you who's still in the top 12. That is the United States there. Yeah, the top 12. Let's say it's Switzerland, Italy, Sweden, France, Finland, Norway, Germany, Czech Republic, Canada, Estonia, and the United States. That is the top 12. That's the leading group, and the others have all fallen off. Latvia, Poland, Australia, Kazakhstan, Slovenia, Ukraine, and China are kind of fallen off already. I lived about 1.5 hours from Mount Rapua as a child. Okay, any chance of hearing a classic yodel from you? Fuck all chance. Me and yodel. The channel will crash if I yodel, man. I get sued from all of you because you'd all have to go to the ear doctor. No yodeling for me. I can come to your house, kick you in the balls, and you will yodel. There you go. But I'm not yodeling. Hell no. Yodel Eddie who? No yodeling for me. Not every Swiss yodels, man. It's like not every New Zealander plays rugby. You know? And not every Australian shags sheep. Come on, let's be honest. Come on, no. The French girl takes a tumble there. Is that the German off the pace as well? Yeah, not good. So it's Sweden, followed by, is that Switzerland? No, it's Norway. So yeah, I think one or two of them are having problems on this downhills. Vic and yodeling. No. I would like to go to this, you know what they call it's like this Eidgenössisch, well, how do I say that? It's like a, you know, like you have the Highland Games in Scotland, where they saber toss and they dance and all that crap. Well, we have the same kind of version in Switzerland. I don't know, we call them the Swiss Games or whatever, where they yodel, where they have flag tossing, where they throw the stones, where they do the Swiss version of wrestling. It's called the Eidgenössische Schwingerfest. If anybody knows what, I can't translate that. That's really very traditional. You get the old traditional Swiss there. Yeah, it is it's the biggest one-day arena that gets built in the world just for one day. It's crazy. So here we go. Sweden are putting on the pressure now. They are saying Auf Wiedersehen, Arrivederci, ciao, konnichiwa. They are just buggering off now. The Swedes are good little lead here, about 5 to 10 seconds already. The rest of the countries are struggling to keep pace here. The Norwegians are still trying to keep pace. But here she goes. Lynn Svan of Sweden going towards the finishing line here to give over to, is it Ebba Andersson who gets the second leg? It is. So Lynn Svan will give it off to Ebba Andersson. And Ebba Andersson will just hit the turbos and try to get away. Who's coming up second for the Norwegians? We'll see. It is Astrid Ore Slind, so she could catch Anderson because she is a good skier. There you go. At the moment, the Italians are in second. Who has the Italians got in the team there? Let's have a look. Caterina Gans, Martina Di Cente, Frederica Casol, Iris Di Martin Pinter. She has started this leg, so she's done really well. Martina Di Cente. Her dad must have been the famous skier Di Cente, because that is a big name in Italian cross-country skiing. Do you attend beer fest? I don't drink alcohol, so why would I go to a beer fest? I don't drink alcohol. I've never been to the Oktoberfest in Germany. I just don't drink beer. Also in summer, I like a beer shandy, but without alcohol. An alcohol-less beer shandy. I'm a boring guy. I don't do that. No, beer fest is not for me. Too many drunken people, man. But do you know where the world record is held for drinking the most beer? People are going to fall off your chair. It was once held in Soweto in South Africa. So here we go. First exchange after 19 minutes, which is good for my timetable. A big lead here for about 10-15 seconds for the Swedes, I think. So Lynn Svan gives it off to Ebba Andersson, and she's off. You've got to touch the next person, obviously, in the relay. There's no baton or anything you've got to give over. Italy in second, 7 seconds off. Norway, Austria, Czech Republic, Finland, United States, Canada, and Switzerland coming in ninth. Okay, so but now we got our best skier on the tracks here, Anja Kaelin. So I hope she can kind of pull the others back a little bit. You want to stay in contention. So here we go. But Ebba Andersson about 20 meters ahead of everybody. Are you a fan of F1? Yes, I like the F1 as long as people say it's a color scheme or not a livery. You talk to me about liveries, I'll fucking smack you. There you go. Now, I can't understand this new language jargon. The team changes the color. So what do you say? They change the color scheme. Now all these new age, it's a livery. There's only deliveries, and that's the guy that fucking brings my pizza who does a delivery. Now, Formula One, yes, I do like the Formula One. I was very disappointed in last season. Ferrari, terrible. Look, Formula One is only good if Ferrari has a good season. You know, Ferrari's got to be up there. That makes it. What is your favorite? Jason, I mean this the kindest way possible. Livery's arse, man. Now, look, I'm hoping for the new teams. I'm looking forward to seeing Cadillac there with Bottas and Taco Perez, as I call him, Chihuahua Bang Bang. We have a lot of fun with Sergio Perez. The new Audi team, I think McLaren will still be top. So look, so much has changed. We do not know how the teams are going to be performing this year. And I think Red Bull will be there, McLaren will be there. What is Mercedes going to do? So we'll see. I'll put a livery up your, yeah. No, it's a color scheme, boys. It's a color scheme. That gets me going. It's that same thing at work. 30 years, you would say, hey, the cleaning lady's coming to clean the office in the evening. So the next morning when you come, the cleaning lady cleaned the office. Now it's health and hygiene manager cleaned the office. You tell me which manager cleans anything in a workplace. And our managers cleaning it, managers manage. Clean is clean. So, while the Norwegians have caught the Swedes again, this is good. Followed by the Italians. So it's Sweden, Norway, and Italy still in the top there. I think Anderson is taken out a little bit here. And then it's followed by Austria, Czech Republic, Finland, United States, Canada, and the Swede, Ebba Anderson has just fallen for Sweden. I'm telling you, that's the stuff that can happen, man. That's the stuff that can happen. So now instead of hitting the gas, she has fallen. And now she's taken off her glasses. Now she's in stress. And the Norwegians are going to now think, whoa, let's hit what happened here? She just fell. Oh, she just fell in the corner. Must be icy in that corner. So, surprise, surprise. Sweden are not in the lead. Don't forget, guys, do not forget. I will be doing the second run of the men's giant slalom. Let me put that out there. Going to be interesting. Brazil ahead there with Lucas Pinheiro Broughton, and then the three Swiss following up. Can we get some medals today? Join me for that straight after this. There's going to be no break between. I'm happy to see Perez back, as Red Bull seems to enjoy going through drivers like Trump goes through hair pieces. Unless your name is Verstappen, of course. Yeah, but you know what? Red Bull are a bunch of fucking losers. Because I'm telling you, I was never a fan of Taco Perez. I call him Taco, baby. The man from Chihuahua there. Oh, Chihuahua. But hey, look at it. He wasn't good enough. They always complain about Perez not good enough. He scored more points than he had to double the points as the second driver last year. The second driver from Red Bull was pathetic, man. I know housewives that bring the children to work that drove better than those two drivers, man. Come on. They were pathetic last year, the second driver in Formula One. I know Vern and Ryan are doing a Formula One show this week or next week. But if I had to do a Formula One show with them, I would fucking rip into some of these things. I mean, and I also think these drivers today, a little bit of rain comes up. What's that guy's name? Michael Massey or whatever is the race organizer or whatever. Michael, it's raining. Michael, there's clouds in the sky. I mean, they've become a lot of bloody whiners and moaners, man. Where are the days where Nicky Lauda and Georg Berger, why did I mention two Austrians? I don't know. James Hunt, Nelson Piquet, it was raining. They were still out there on slicks, giving it gas and riding. Now today, they got 5,000 different types of tires. You know, they don't even have to change gears anymore. It's all this button pressing bullshit. I would have them have a gear lever again, man. You know, Hunt and them, they used to, their gloves were broken. Had a hole with all the shifting they were doing. Now today, it's a computer game. My nephew, he goes to this place in Zurich where they have these simulators. It's exactly one-to-one like a Formula One car. They can drive there. I mean, anybody can drive these cars today, man. In the old days, you had to have a little bit of culiones, balls. So look, Norway with a big lead here. Ahead of Italy and Sweden. What is, Sweden will come back. I mean, they've got too many good skiers in the last thing. But there's a little bit of an upset for the books here. She's not very stable on her feet, Anderson. I think she's just rattled after the fall. So we almost, first 10 kilometers of this race are done and it's Norway ahead. Anderson doesn't look comfortable. Good job by the Italians. I think she'll get it up again. My Swiss have moved into 8th now. Germany going back fast. But I do think the Germans have not prioritized this, but they are prioritizing those team sprints. Because I think they are the reigning Olympic champions. There you go. So 62% still believe in the Swedes. I think you got a good choice there. 15% in Norway. 19% in the United States. Look, if Jesse Diggins can be there or thereabouts. Senna was fantastic. Loved how he would take out another person due to his commitment to win and go for any gap. Yeah, you can't do that today because they'll put you in front of court and try to sue you, man. Today they're all a bunch of losers, man. Let's be honest. It really bugs me sometimes. You know, the Formula One should be the pinnacle of motor racing. I think the pinnacle of motor racing today is, what's his name? Rally. I mean, for me, the best motorsports there ever was at the middle of the 80s there when you had that A-class rallying there. That was the best rallying ever, you know, the Lancias and the Audi Quattros and the I think it was the Peugeots, the 205s there. That was the best time in motorsports. And I hope NASCAR comes back this year. I'm glad they've got rid of that playoff system. I do love my motorsports. I love IndyCar. I do like watching the Formula E. I like watching that as well. I like stock cars. I do like my motorsports. But my favorite motorsport is still MotoGP. I love them. You know, the bikes. I love that stuff. So yeah, Norway with a good, healthy lead here. She's putting everything into it here. What's her name again? Slind. There you go. Yeah, let me hit the button there. Yeah, Astrid Slind. She is putting everything into it. And the young Italian, who is that in the second spot there? That is Katarina Gans. Doing a good job for the Italians on the second classic leg here. Yeah, Senna. Those are the days, you know, Senna, Prost, Lauda, Piquet. Sebastian Loeb, he was very good, yeah. Yeah, Carlos Sainz, Sebastian Loeb. And then, of course, the Finnish armada of Hirvinen and what was the guy's name? Hani-Pekka Mikkola. Yeah, that was a good time in rallying. What did you have? Colin McRae. There you go. Some good rally drivers. That was a good time there, man. So Swiss moving into 6th spot now. This is good. But at the moment, yeah, about 20 seconds off the medal. So, yeah, a lot of work to do here. But I do think that Austria will come back. Niskanen is good for the Finns, but I think the next, you know, it's difficult because other than Sweden that have 4 world-class skiers and maybe Norway, the others have maybe 3 good ones or 2 good ones are world-class and not as a good one. Tommy Mäkinen was the cream, yeah? Pekko Mikola, look, the Finns were the top dogs. Walter Earl of Germany, good one. I remember when the Audis were so dominant with those Quattros. Remember when the crazy fans would just stand there and the cars would like head to them and the fans would have to disperse. I mean, a lot of fans got killed there. Will Vern do the rugby? Yes, Vern is doing the Scotland against England in the Calcutta Cup. I think the Scottish are going to get hammered. Let's go Murcia. Murcia. Who the fuck is Murcia? Let's go Murcia. Matty, what are you coming up with now, man? What are we talking about here? Is this your book club or something like that? Or is that your bowls club? You know, you play the bowls along the grass. I don't know. You never know with Matty. Murcia equals America. Then just say America. You like these fucking Formula One people. Oh, we changed our livery. No, it's no livery. It's a color scheme, man. Just say America. And it's not America. America's a continent, dumbass. It's the United States of America. Because in America, there's also Canada and Mexico. And in South America, there's a lot more. The Lions versus the Pumas. Yeah. Matty, you get me going, man. I've got to educate these people here. I've got to make a second channel. Education with Vic. I got to do that. Because, especially for Matty Dickinson. Because sometimes Matty's just a dick. So, Sweden are 13 seconds off the Norwegian pace. Is there an upset on the cards? I doubt it, but we'll see. Look, the last leg there, Heidi Vane for Norway. She can bite and she can scratch and claw. She's a fighter. It's like, you know what? I'm going to tell you something now. Everybody, the Europeans think they're intelligent. A lot of the fucking Europeans are dumbasses, honestly. I've been living, obviously born in Switzerland, lived a long time in South Africa. People here, where are you from? Yeah, from South Africa. Africa. I'm like, what do you mean Africa? Yeah, Africa. I said, there are more than one country in Africa. Like, for them, Africa is like one fucking country. I'm like, Africa is like, what is it about? 10 times the size of Europe, if not bigger. I said, we have a lot of countries in Africa. You have Southern Africa, you have South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Lesotho. I call it Lesotho. Some people call it new. Swaziland is not called Swaziland anymore. I know. I'm old school. Like, it's like, if somebody says, I don't say you come from Europe. You tell an Italian he comes from Europe, he's pissed. No, I'm Italian. Yeah, exactly. Listen here, when I came here to Switzerland with 15 years old, right? I am Swiss. I've got a Swiss passport. Never had a South African passport. Come here. The first time you go to school, right? We're talking about 35 years ago now, right? Go to school. The first thing they ask me, do you have lions in your garden? I'm like, fuck, what do you think, man? I told them, like, Cape Town is like this world city I come from, man. They've got higher skyscrapers than in Switzerland. Lions. No. Every night I fed my pet lion and I went to bed with my mamba. Well, I do still go to bed with my mamba. That's a different story. And every morning I had to fight my way through scorpions to get to school. Fucking people are stupid, man. You know what people forget is that, if something gets built in Africa, right? We're not building something that was 300 years old. It's new. Some of the African countries' infrastructure is newer and better than some of the European countries. People don't it just gets me mad sometimes, man. Not every Mexican eats fucking tacos, Not every American eats hamburgers. I mean, the cliches these days is just crazy, man. People live in the past, man. Yeah, in South Africa, we don't phone each other. We send smoke signals. Yeah. And in Russia, everybody kills a bear for breakfast. Come on, man. Let's be serious, man. And in Europe, like if you talk to the Germans, they're awesome. Oh, the English can't cook. The food's not good. Yeah, but the top 10 chefs in the world, I think 6 are British. So yeah, all these cliches, man. Stop with these cliches. The world is so united and combined. Kilos, man. That's all Swiss do. We only eat chocolate and cheese fondue. There you go. How much Boerewors do you eat every day? That's all you people eat, right? Boerewors and millipap. Germans only eat sauerkraut. And the New Zealanders only eat lamb meat. People, man. People. So it is Norway ahead of Sweden here. We're going into the second second changeover. So the third ski will be up for most of the nations. Is ABBA my favorite crew? I'm from Switzerland, not from Sweden. ABBA is Swedish. You sound like American now, Jason Hamilton. Sweden and Switzerland. Jeez, how many times have I gone to America and I'm like, where are you from? Switzerland. Ah, Sweden, Stockholm. No, not Sweden, Stockholm, my son. Switzerland, Zurich. Oh, this is catastrophic for the Swedes. Oh. Oh my God, this is catastrophic for the Swedish. I can tell you now, I know one country that is pissing themselves laughing. That's the Norwegian. Where's the service people, man? There's got to be somebody who gives this lady a ski. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a big catch-up for the Swedes. The top-ranked Swedish team, she fell down and she broke a ski. Oh, this is catastrophic, man. But this makes this race easy. I do actually own a few. Oh, I mean, that is amateur from Ebba Andersson, man. That is amateur. Oh, the Swedish girl is almost crying there, the third one waiting. And do I see a little bit of a smile from the Norwegians? Sweden's falling all over the place. Even the service guys are falling over. What do the Swedes have? Fucking, are they drunk? What a race we have here now. Oh, the Swedish fans. I think the king is there. We've got an initiative in Switzerland because, you know, we vote for everything that we do not go over 10 million population. So if you come to our country and Janre, we're going to get rid of you. Harden up, princess. There you go. Love the drama. Here you go. Good race here from Slint. Oh, but I mean, listen, it's going to be all over the news. I'm going to have to do a special show on the Swedish skiers here. Oh, the gold medal's gone. I can't see the Swedes catching this up. The Norwegians just got to go. So I'm going to tell you how big the lead is. And the third skier for Norway is on the slope, the loops, and that is Caroline Simpson Larsen. If she can give it a lead to so the Swiss are in third here, the Finns are in second. It's all going. Have you had much luge footage? No, we didn't do the luge, but a lot of controversy in the luge as well with the Ukrainian guy there. So my Swiss are in third position, boys. I'm about to lose my shit here. Let me open the window. I'm getting hot here. I've got to move that when I do that. There you go. I'm losing my shit here. United States in sixth. They can still get a medal because they're going to have JC Dickens on the last. Germany in seventh. And Swedes are over a minute. Oh, this is just... they can catch that up, Sweden. They can catch that up, Sweden. Frida Karlsson is now the third one to skate, and then Jonas Sinding. The Swedes can still catch this up. I don't know about gold, but I do think they can still medal here. This has been an unbelievable race. I didn't expect this. Do the Swiss kids ski to school? Yeah, all of them. Because we got snow all year round. When I came to Switzerland, it was you went always 1 week on school ski holidays. Now look, where I live in my region, we might get 10 days of snow lying on the ground, maybe 20 if we're lucky. Because I live on one of the lowest points in Switzerland, only at about 400 meters above sea level. But in the mountains they ski, you know. But kids don't ski to school anymore. They take a fucking ski-doo, man. They're lazy bastards. You know, like you've got those, what do you call those that everybody uses today? I don't know what the kids use, those scooters. They got ice scooters, man. That's what they do today, lazy buggers. There's no walking or riding bicycles anymore. That's all. If it's not electric, it doesn't work, man. And they do it like this. Because they've got to have a phone in front of them. But this race has been thrown into total disarray with that fall from Sweden. So now the question is, can the Swedes get back? Look, if you're the other teams, do not let up. Don't try to do tactical. You got to go full out here. So let's see what the Finns and the Swiss can do in second and third. I mean, this would be big upset if they get medals. Italy's in fourth at the moment, about 10 seconds behind them. Then comes Austria, United States, Germany. Sweden is, what about 26 seconds behind Germany. So we'll see the Swedish split times and see how she's doing. But Frida Karlsson, she now knows there's no tactical racing, nothing. It's pedal to the metal, full gas, baby. I guess all South African kids ride a zebra to school, right? And the Aussies take a kangaroo to, and of course the New Zealanders ride on a sheep. Don't even start with Fortnite. What's that other fucking ridiculous game they play? Minecraft. They don't know about face-to-face contact. That's why when you have the family over and stuff like that, and you tell one of the kids a joke, or you make a joke, that they wear something and it's not that cool, and you say something. They don't read your facial expressions anymore, because then they don't know how to do that, because they don't know if you're angry, if you're making a joke or stuff like that. Because Minecraft and Fortnite don't teach you that, does it? But if somebody in Fortnite says the world is flat and a cube, they believe it. No, Fortnite said the world is flat, or Minecraft, or whatever else they play. I don't know, Dragons and Dungeons, or Dungeons and Dragons. What do I know? I don't know this shit. Look, I have already. I'm happy that I know how YouTube works. A little bit of Facebook, Shitface or Snapface or Snapchat or whatever you call these things. I don't know that. There you go. I thought so, Matty. I thought so, man. Now everybody has a zebra in their garden. So the Swiss and the Finns are 26 seconds down. Gitento of Italy is 44 seconds down. Let's get that Swedish time. The US are down. McCabe 54. Germany 57. And now comes the Swedes, still down a minute and... So it's a minute and 8 seconds. So she's actually caught up 10 seconds over the first 1.3 kilometers. But she's going to have to do that over every 1.3 kilometers to get them back in the hunting. Talking about hunting. Good stuff. I still got to make the bloody thumbnails for the rugby afterwards. But I'll do that. I've got a little bit of time. But the Norwegians are doing it correctly. Just skiing their hearts out now in front. Keep it going. Look, if Heidi then gets a lead here in the last leg for the Norwegians of 10-15 seconds, there's no way they're catching her. Because I'm telling you that lady's got grit. Talking about having a little bit of grit, that's that kind of lady. Must be 1:45 in the afternoon. The church bells are ringing. I live next to a church. It's good for me, man. It forgives me my sins. So Switzerland still in a good third position. Italy starting to hunt them down. If the Swiss can give over to Nadia Fendrich in a medal position, I think we could medal here today. This could be mucha grande, and then straight afterwards we are going into the men's slalom. Now look, I tell you, it's a societal problem, and I'm hats off to the Aussies that have banned the social media for kids under 16, man. I think it's a good thing. I'm normally not a person for banning. I mean, obviously you don't want to give children under 18 alcohol or guns or whatever, but telling you, man, the internet's worse than alcohol and guns for these kids. They get mobbed, false information. I mean, they think everything that's said in the internet is true. So Matty, stop talking shit. The kids will actually believe you that you take a zebra to school, man. That's the problem. At work, I even have 20-year-olds. I have 20-year-olds. And like, you tell them something. No. I read that on the internet. I'm like, yeah, you do know like about 90% on the internet is fucking bullshit. Fake news. It's not just that one that gets fake news. It's a lot of them. But I know it was Wikipedia. I said, yeah. Everybody's got an agenda. Be careful, man. So if somebody tells you the world is flat, you believe it. Look, no, come on. Let's be normal here. So the Finns and the Swiss are trying to hunt down the Norwegians, but it's not happening. Italians in a good fourth spot at the moment. But she's losing time, which is good, because that means my Swiss are going to medal here. Sweden still in 8th spot, not making any major ground up at the moment. And this is the skating part, so this should go a little bit quicker. So we're 47 minutes into the race, and the big story is Sweden, the biggest favorites in the world. 4 of the top 5 skiers in the world are all Swedish, and they had a major fall from Ebba Andersson. Yeah, look, I listen here. The kids can't multiply in anything anymore because they don't have to. They just use their phone. No, I think at school, I don't know how old Matty is, but we still went to metal class, woodwork. We had that. I was the only guy in my high school that did cooking, because I want to become a chef, actually, because my dad is a chef. I did cooking and I went into typing. There was 2 reasons. Of course, I'm a slimer. All the good-looking chicks were in the typing course. So I decided I had to get a special written thing from the headmaster that I was allowed to do typing. You're 25 years younger than me, man. I was the only guy in cooking school. The other guys at school, you know what you used to say in the old days, you gay, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah. But you dumbasses will grow up one day, get a wife and can't cook. Me, I can cook, and I have first choice of all the ladies. Yeah. I had a lot of girlfriends at high school. Got them all out of the cooking class and out of the typing class. There you go. I was on the front line, boys. Learn from Uncle Vic, man. If I could have chosen, I'll be honest with you, if I could have chosen, because I went to Plumstead High School in South Africa, if I could have chosen, I would gone to a girls' school, man. Today, I'd like to say I identify as a girl, go to a girls' school. I go to a total girls' school, being the only guy, man. Have my personal harem. There you go. Another big fall here from the Polish girl, and she breaks her sticks as well. Lot of people going down here. Tomorrow is going to be interesting when the men come out for the relay. So Norway are 40 seconds ahead of Finland and Switzerland, a minute ahead of Italy. Sweden are still 1 minute 10 down, but they are in 5th spot now. So could start challenging for the medal soon. So let's have a look. The Finns are pulled away from the Swiss just a little bit. You got to use your brains, man. You got to use your brains. You can't just no. Here we go. So the next changeover is not far off. I'd say another 5 minutes. Oh, the Swiss are losing big time here. I think the hammerman has come and hit her here. Yeah, look, if you get to the top of the hill with the Italians, and then you can kind of rest your way on the downhill section. I think she overdone it here, the Swiss lady. Yeah, my mother didn't raise no fool, man, I can tell you that. Frida Karlsson. I don't know how much she can still catch up here. But let's have a look here. Look, Carlson obviously started very quickly, and I think she's paying for it now. I think if she's lucky, she makes 10, 15, 20 seconds on the Norwegians, but that won't be enough. That will not be enough, man. I'm so nervous for that second run of the men's giant slalom. 3 Swiss in the top 4, second, third, and fourth. Can we get 2, maybe 3 medals? That would be fantastic. But you never know. Matty turned 30. Okay. Matty could be my son, man. But when I say that, I really feel old. So here we go. What's the split time here? What is that after 20 kilometers? What is it? 7, 15, 22.5. So about 2.4 kilometers off the finishing line. So 2.4 kilometers, about 8 minutes for the freestyle skiers once they hit the downhill section. Sweden are still... time to intermediate. Yeah, there you go. So Sweden's still way off the pace here. Now the clock is ticking. Simpson Larsen has got there in 51 minutes and 58 seconds. Let's see how big our gap is. It's already over 30 seconds. The second skier to come through the time check will be the Finnish girl. That is, let me have a look what her name is. That is Villa Riti. On the Marina Kerlin is the Swiss, will come in third, I think. No, Italy's ahead of her now. That is going to be Martina Di Centa. So 40 seconds the difference between Norway and Finland. Italy is coming in fourth now. Third, and Sweden already up into fourth spot after being 10th. Di Centa's over a minute down. How far are the Swedes behind? About 1 minute and 8 seconds. And they're not catching the Norwegians. That's it. Sweden is not winning the gold medal, I can tell you that. Swiss, how far are we behind now? 1 minute 18. But the Germans and the Americans are coming. Swiss are falling to pieces here. Not good for me, man. It's a long race. 4 times 7.5 kilometers. Oh, Matt is killing me. Killing me. Yeah. That's a long way still till the next changeover for the Swiss girl. But the Norwegians are doing a great job here. You want to just stay on the skis. She's good on the skis there. Look at that. That's the way you take the corners. So here we go. The Norwegians coming back to the finishing line here for the next changeover. I think Sweden can still get second here. I wouldn't put it past the Swedes getting second, but they're not getting gold. The gold medal is gone, baby. You're not catching 40 seconds or 50 seconds on Heidi Weng of Norway. That's just not possible, man. Italians still giving a lot of gas there with the young Di Centa. But the Swedish catching up. You knew Frida Karlsson was going to catch. She's putting in a superhuman effort here. She will be knackered. You see, the problem is, does this soft... I mean, she most probably wouldn't have had to work this hard if they didn't fall. Is this costing them also chances in the next races? Using a lot of energy here. It's not like you can just recuperate in 24 hours. So USA, Germany and Switzerland are now 5th, 6th and 7th. JC Diggins will freaking go full power on the last leg for the US. I wouldn't count the US out for a medal here because I think Italy is going to come back a little bit on the last leg. So here we go. Next changeover. This is going to be perfect timing for me to get that next video up. Wonderful. I got it ready. I just got to change some things. So here we go. How long has she got to go? About 1 kilometer to the finishing line, huh? Yeah, she's still got to get that hill and come down. Yeah, about 1.5 kilometers to the finishing line. Here we go. Finland still looking good for a medal. I don't think it's going to be the silver. I do think it's going to be bronze at the moment. But it is Jana Sundin doing the last leg for the Swedes. She will power through and definitely do a lot of good catching up. There you go. So Sweden not out of it yet. For a medal, definitely not. For there you go. Vern's weekends are so boring without URC. Now why? The URC is not that great. I think the Super Rugby is better. I prefer doing the Super Rugby than the URC, I'll be honest with you. But I think it's next weekend is a Super Rugby match, isn't it? It's one of those South African, I think the Sharks are playing next week. They got that game that they missed early on in the year. So here, third exchange here for the Norwegian. That is Heidi Weng. So she's going to power through. Look, there could be a fall coming for them. You never know. I don't think so. I think it was a good defensive game. It's not all about scoring all the time. It's also a good defense. So here we go. Finland are a little bit more than 30 seconds behind. I'll tell you exactly when they change over. It was 40 a few seconds ago. I think it's going to be more around 50 now. Didn't do the Brumbies game. I can't speak on the Brumbies game. I didn't see it. Oh yeah, 50 seconds is the lead here. 50 seconds between Norway and Finland. So Finland 50 seconds behind. Then comes Italy. Italy with 58 seconds, so 10 seconds behind the Finns. What can the Italians do? And now Frida Karlsson is still over a minute. She didn't pick up any time on the Norwegian. Yeah, but they're in fourth. 10 seconds behind the medal, the Swedes. I think they're medal. The Swedes will medal here. And now the United States, Germany and Switzerland come in here to see who can they still get in the medal contention? I doubt it. They're 30 seconds behind Finland. JC Diggins going to power away here. I don't know who won. I don't even know who won. I don't know who won. Let's just close my window here. Couldn't tell you who won. I didn't watch the game. I guess the Brumbies won. So, top 7 have changed over. Will the Swiss make top 5? Yes, I think so. I do think so. But you never know. It's tight. Right? Look, you saw the Swedish girl fall. Things can happen. But a top 5 means we're the top 5 nations in the world, which would be fantastic. But at the moment we are in 7th, which is also a good result for us. The Olympics is not always about winning the medals. Yes, you want to get gold, silver and bronze. But you've also got to know where you're coming from and how strong you are. Look, if the Germans, the USA and Swedes work and the Swiss work together, then I think you got a chance to catch. So Italy's going backwards. Sweden has taken over the 3rd spot. Yeah, and she's going to catch the Finnish girl. You can see that. So I think it's going to be Norway, Sweden, and then it's going to most probably Finland. So it will be the 3 Scandinavian countries winning the medals. I think the only one I can see out of the other races coming close is Jessie Diggins, depending on how much effort she puts in. Does she believe she can catch? If she knows she's not catching them, she won't put in the effort because you don't want to destroy yourself for the other races. If she believes she can catch them, she will go out full power, I can tell you that. So the Swedes are 110 behind the Norwegians. She might bring it down to like a minute, maybe 50 seconds, but not more. You know, at the end, as long as the Olympians give all their all and stop doing stupid political stunts, well, there you go. And listen here, why are athletes have the feeling today they can use the Olympics or any sports event for their political things? I can't do that at work. If my boss says to me, listen here, give an interview. I can't give an interview representing my company and then say, hey, I'm all for this, I'm all for that. I want to say anything else. YouTube's going to ban me. But, nothing controversial. I can't say, I think you should get 3,000 years for stealing a cupcake. Exactly, that is it. Just if you do your best, that's all. Look, it doesn't matter what sports you do. I don't care if you play rugby, go to the Olympics, summer, winter, tennis, golf. If you give your personal best, can't ask for anything else. You can't do more than your best. And if you're not good enough and there's 10 people that are better than you, then they're better than you. But if you beat your personal time, you go back into the changing rooms after the race or back to the hotel, you look in the mirror and you say, damn, that was the best Vic, or that was the best Jason, the best Matty of my lifetime. What else then you've done a great job. So Sweden only 8 seconds behind Finland. So Sweden will get the silver medal here, but the gold medal is going to Norway. That is 150,000% sure by now. And in 28 minutes the skiing is starting. Just got to do a little bit of a stretch. It's been a hard day's night. Diggins catching as well. There's no medal there for them either. There's no medal there. That's 40 seconds to the... she's not catching 40 seconds. I don't care if Jessie Dickens flies over the ice. Yeah, look, there you go. So I think the medals are kind of set in stone. Norway first, I think Sweden second, Finland third. I think that's the way they come into the finishing line. But there's still about 5 kilometers to go, so a lot can still happen. But no one in the world is catching a Heidi event in over a minute in 5 kilometers. That's just not happening. You need to get motorized, man. You need a skidoo to catch this woman. Good skiing here. I think the team that has surprised me the most is the Finnish ladies team. Done really well, and the Italians in fourth. I think the Italians have done a phenomenal job coming in fourth at the moment. But the Swedish girl, look, she's used a lot to try to catch the Finn. But I think they know they're not skiing here for gold. I think they know they're skiing for silver here. But still a little bit off the Finnish skier at the moment. So let's have a look. Maybe she doesn't catch the Finnish girl. It's still about 50 meters the difference, but long time to go. So they're coming to the second last time here into the stadium area soon. 4 point, almost 5 seconds the difference between Finland and Sweden now. It was once over 30 seconds. So the Swedes are motoring and doing their job well here. I mean, look, still a lot can happen. We saw what happened to Ebba Andersson. You don't know. You just don't know, man. Look, you can see the pace of the Swede. The movement is totally different to the Finn. The Finnish girl, I think, is cooked a little bit. I think she tried to go out too fast here. Oh, this is quite good if I can lie back like that. That's nice. So, what sports do you think are stupid Olympic events? I don't think any sport is stupid. I don't care which sport, Summer Olympic. Sports is never stupid. There's only sports you like and the sports you don't like. I don't think there's some sports I wouldn't do. That's a different story. But I wouldn't call a sport stupid. There you go. So Sweden has taken the second spot here, as expected. I mean, I wouldn't do double seater luge, is not kind of my thing. But going with a luge down the ice, I'd do that. Bobsleighing, I'd do. Curling, I do. I like curling. It's not what winter sport. Maybe I like ice skating. I like going on the ice with myself doing ice skating. Obviously, I can't do what they do. But, all sport, I don't think there's Olympic sports that I would have loved if I was young to do ski cross or snowboard across, something like that. Obviously, biathlon, my big love. So, yeah. Which sports in the world would I 100% not do? That's tough. Which sports would I not do? I think you can get me up for basically every sport, man. I would love to do archery, kind of like that. That's quite good. I've tried pistol shooting, Obviously all the ball sports I love: tennis, cricket, rugby, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, baseball, basketball, all those. Skateboarding is a no-go for me. Well, look, skateboarding started out as a freestyle, on the streets. It's a top sport these days. Oh yes, get the break dancing out. I mean, was that an Australian or a New Zealand? It was an Aussie, right? That acted like, that was ridiculous at the Summer Olympics. No, okay, I got you. You guys got me there. I agree with Jason. Breakdancing. That's fucking ridiculous. Dancing shouldn't be an Olympic sport. What's next? They should have their own championship, the dance championships. Yeah. Give me merengue and salsa and the foxtrot before you give me that breakdancing. Looks like on a drug rehabilitation. Nah, come on. And that girl, I can't remember what her name was. Aussie. Yeah, she was an Aussie, man. A mongrel. Come on, let's be honest. So there is a group of 3 in the front, and then it's the other 4 nations behind them all together. That is the USA, Germany, Italy, and Switzerland. They're all vying for that 4th spot. The 3 Norwegian ladies are really waiting for their athlete to come into the stadium. So how long? Another 3.8 kilometers to go. Ray Gunn. That's like fucking Bad Bunny at the NFL. I mean, come on. What have we come up to, man? If you had to translate what he was singing, your kids couldn't watch it. Pathetic, man. Ray Gunn. I mean, listen here. Once your name is Ray Gunn, you know something's not right. Come on. Ray Gunn. A ray of sunshine, yeah. Well, when that comes, then I'm not watching the internet anymore. Listen here, I'm going to be in the Summer Olympics in 2 years' time. They're in Los Angeles. Matty, I told you, I'm identifying officially as a woman. I'm going in for the women's boxing. I'm going to do a lot of women's sports. Women's basketball, I'm going to try to get onto the Swiss team if we make it. Because today you just have to identify, don't you? No. Esports should stay E. Have the esports Olympics for all I care. You can all sit in the room and play with their joystick. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. Well done. That's a good one, Jason. I don't mind esports. I like it. I play a little bit of football with the kids on the PlayStation. That's all good and it's a lot of fun. But it's not sports. It's actually a disgrace that you call it sports. Call it e-entertainment. Call it, I don't know, call it whatever you want. But don't call it sports. It's not sports. Sitting in front of a computer on a chair, playing with your joystick. Or your pad, or whatever you want to call it these days. I miss the days of my old Atari. That was cool, man. Me and Vern had the greatest competitions on the Atari. Remember that rudimentary graphics with the three little blocks for the football? That was fantastic, man. I would like to buy an old Atari and set it up again, man. I do like to go on. I like to have computer games. I like stuff where you build stuff. I'm like build a city or stuff like that. I like that stuff. Or manage a football team. Not play the game, but manage the team. I like stuff like that. You got to use your brains. I can't vegetate for like 3 hours playing, shooting people. What's that stupid game that all the kids play these days? What's that called? Granny or Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto. I can't understand that they're letting 10 and 12-year-olds play that game. Yes, WWE for the Olympics. 6 months before the time was winning gold medals. Nah. There's a difference between sports and there's a difference between entertainment. That is entertainment. Call it e-entertainment. I like that the wrestling say it's sports entertainment because it's not at real sports. What they do is very sporty, the moves and stuff like that. But sports is when you don't know what the result's going to be, when you still have a chance. In wrestling, there's no chance. The Finnish girl is stuck here with the Swedish girl. So, yeah, good stuff here. I look like the Swede is pulling away now for that silver medal. Call of Duty, whatever. There's some crazy games out there that the kids are playing these days. And then the parents let their kids play these shooter games, right? And then when one of these dumb idiots go to school and take a gun with them, then the parents are like, "Ooh!" All these games should be no kids under 18. Honest to God. How about playing with Lego until you're 18, man? Or Playmobil. Everybody doesn't need a computer until you're 18, man. Screwing up the youth. Sound like a very old man, don't I? Huh? Surprising myself today. So, here we go towards the finishing line. Can't be much longer now. They don't show me how many kilometers go. Norway still over a minute ahead of Sweden. They'd have to have a broken stick, a broken ski, and about 3 falls. Now Norway not risking anything here. Just take your time. She's doing a good job. Clever. I've never look. Vern can collaborate what I've got to say. I never played a shooter game. Never. I just don't like those shooter games. I like sports, and I actually don't even want to play the sports game. Yes, I like to play tennis on the Wii. I love playing tennis or bowling. That was quite cool on the Wii. So come on, Norway's got this in the book. Sweden and Finland, that's the way it's going to finish. The Scandinavian 1, 2, 3. But I do like stuff like managing games, or building a zoo or building a hotel, stuff like that, where you got to, you can fantasize your stuff. I don't need to fantasize putting people down. Stupid, man. Isn't there enough violence in the world already? Do we actually need our kids to play violent games? If you want to let your kids have violence, just put on the fucking news, man. Enough violence there already. Come on. We don't need shooter games. So here we go. The Norwegians coming towards the finishing line. It's not long to go anymore. There you go. Can I put a little bit louder? Norway is going to win the gold. Big surprise. Sweden threw it away with that 4. There you go. There she goes. Powers through. This is going down really good in Norway. The Norwegians, I don't think they even thought they were going to win gold today. And I can tell you now, Sweden are going to be pissed. Good job there. A minute ahead of Sweden, not a problem. Sweden will come in second. Finland will come in third. I don't know. I don't care if the Proteas win or lose. They're going to be second. They'll go through to the next round and then it gets mixed. Last game really enjoyed was Football Manager. The only place where Chelsea will win the Champions League. No, Chelsea has won the Champions League twice. I used to love those football managers, the old football managers. I always go to the English, like, get a team like the 5th division team or something like that, really low down, and then try to work your way up. That was always cool, man. And you had to build, remember you had to build the stadium and stuff like that. That was cool. Sweden still get the silver medal, and Finland again the bronze medal. That is a big, big medal for the Finns. I don't think the Finns expected that. Good stuff from the Finnish skiers. Finland starting to come back in the world. What do I think of Chelsea walking over Hull? They're supposed to walk over Hull. What is Hull? Champions or one division below or two divisions? I don't know. I expect all the Premier League teams to actually win. Yes, every now and then there's an upset like Grimsby beating my Manchester United. Congrats to the Finns. There you go. Guys, I'm going to sign off. Germany came in 4th. Good job there from the Germans. I think the US comes in 5th. Second in the championship. Look, championship teams are not that strong. Look where Burnley is. I mean, Leeds, Sunderland's a little bit of the outlier there. The championship, it's a big jump from the championship to the premiership. So we have Norway 1, Sweden 2, Finland 3. That's your medals. Then we have Germany, USA, Italy, and a good 7th spot from the Swiss. Yeah, well, they got points deducted. Leicester gets points deducted, and no one deducts Manchester City. 115 charges, and no one talks about it anymore. Guys, I got to go because I only got 12 minutes to get the next feed up. You can join me on the next feed. It's going to be the men's giant slalom. Join me there. We can talk. Keep on talking. I'll be back in about 7 minutes time. Guys, have a good one. See you soon.